Salutations and good morrow everyone, and welcome back to another Grounded Update video, where today we're jumping into a new topic, and that is, what do you do when you're out of things to do in Grounded? What sort of silly things can you build in Grounded? What other videos is Sim going to come up with? Or what's the next and greatest thing that you can do for a little bit of fun in Grounded? And today I'm bringing you two new little custom built trap things that I just came up with. One is a commonly used and can be expanded out and used many times and will actually benefit your base. And one is absolutely ridiculous and shouldn't be used ever because it's a huge waste of materials. But if you're looking for something to do, don't go anywhere else, because this is a pretty good place to go for it, but it's going to require a lot of materials for you to do. So I am talking about some pitfall traps that I have put together. But before we go off and show you guys those, I'd like to invite you guys to all like, comment, and subscribe for more awesome videos. But let's keep on going and let's look at them. So the first one that I built over here is your standard pitfall trap. Now with the fact that spiders and ants and stuff will all follow you pretty closely whenever you are in the backyard and stuff, I went ahead and built this pitfall trap. What this is a trap for you to be able to jump over when you get close to your base. Now you could do this and create an entire perimeter around your base, but I've just done it in a small instance right here. But what this is a small trap for you to be able to jump over and look and have things fall into it, because the bugs in the backyard do not jump. So if you're being chased by a spider or something, they will run over and then they will run up your stairs, now that they follow you upstairs, and they will fall into this trap and they will take damage coming down in here. You'll see that Pete right now, because I'm on creative with bugs, I'm taking damage and giving damage to the traps, which means it's actually going to work. But this will help out because it will just drop bugs in here and they will get hurt and or killed. It could be an easy way to cheese some things, but you have to be careful because this will require you to fix it as you go. So what did I use to build it? A bunch of sticky spike traps that are right here. Okay, they're just the spike strips, standard spike strips. They work. As soon as something falls on top of it, it will get hurt and it will die. Then it's also just sets of stairs. I just went for a 2x2 to make sure it was big enough to incorporate anything that would come into the backyard and try to hurt you. And then also I just used some square roof corners. I went for the feather ones just because I like how they look, but you could definitely use the clover ones for this as well. Just be careful that as something starts to take damage, it probably will try to fight its way out. So you're just going to want to be careful on, you know, it getting over to these stairs. It may destroy the stairs, but it will help because it will do quite the amount of damage to whatever you're trying to run away from. Now, let's talk the ridiculous one that nobody's really ever going to build, but you should do it anyway because you're bored and having a good time. And that's this one that's right over here. This one may not look very much different, but if we come up here, it is definitely different. This one is full of tripwire bombs. Now, there's 50 tripwire bombs in this, okay? Well, there's 25 strips with 50 bombs on them, okay? And yes, before you ask, I will set these off towards the end of the video, but this trap is a little ridiculous. This one is going to take a ton of stuff to make. So if we go into the standard building menu, and we go over to the crafting menu, and we go to weapons, and we scroll down, and we look at the Brat Burst. That's 2 fungal growth, 1 egg, and 4 dry grass chunks, times 50. So 100 fungal growth, 50 eggs, and 200 dry grass chunks in order to make this. And that's without building the tripwires and without putting up all of this. This is by no means something that you should go through and build for any other reason than just to have fun. If you fall in here as your character, if you're not playing on creative, you will die. There is enough bombs in here to kill a wolf spider. You will die if you fall in here, and your armor will be destroyed. Now, thankfully, I'm playing on creative with bugs, so yes, I will be jumping into the pit of despair here in a moment. But let's go over what it requires in order to do this. And one other thing I want to point out that I did in this one so I could show off another feature. So first off, that is correct. It still is the 2x2 structure, okay, with the clover roof, or with the feather roofs. You can use clovers if you so want to, but like I said, I just like the clover roofs better, so that's why I went with those. The other thing is I want to point out what's underneath these stairs right here, and that is grass planks. There's times where placing down the stairs doesn't really work very well. So what I did as a meteorite to skip over this is just put down some grass planks on the ground of this one to show off that all you need to do is make a 4x4 section of grass, and then you can build this trap out anywhere in the backyard. So if you wanted to run over and build this right outside of a wolf spider den and then have the wolf spider follow you in there and have it trip off 50 bombs to see what happens, then you can do that. but like I said, very, very, very expensive to make this trap. Now, for that moment that you guys have all been waiting for, we are going to run in here and we are going to set this off, and it is probably going to make my game lag out like crazy, but don't worry, that's normal. So let's do this. It was so loud and explosive that it literally just didn't play the game sounds. Nope. I literally broke the game. The game sounds are literally broken. Now, you can go through and you can put all these back up again. You can get the string, the spider silk, the woven spider silk in order to put these all back up again and do it again if you want to. But that is 50 more bombs, so now you're talking 100 bombs used. And like I said, if it wasn't for the fact that I was in creative with bugs, that would have killed me probably 4 times over. This would be a fun way to wipe out your friends, or a fun way to trip people into doing something. Like for instance, if you just to place down a couple grass planks one after another on here to make a trip line for your friends to run across, they think that they're smart, they run in here and all of a sudden they're dead. So be careful when making these traps. They are quite dangerous, they are quite deadly, but used properly, they can be a fun little thing added to the game for you guys to go ahead and do and build in your world. So if you guys thought that this would be a fun little thing to build, please hit that like button for me. Also, if you can, please go ahead and don't forget to subscribe, leave me a comment down below, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.